Mortgage rates plummet, sparkling a surge of refinances. Good morning, Doral. Welcome to Building Connections Doral Talks. I'm your host, Betty Gonzalez, and today we've got some exciting news for homeowners and prospective buyers alike. Mortgage rates fall to the lowest level in the last 3 months, and that's in what the industry says that's because of tariffs. Plus, how Doral's migration patterns look today, today's mortgage rates, and lastly, what's happening in Doral this weekend. Let me know if you enjoy this format, and I will continue to bring this format to you, or just let me know what you prefer and I will add it to it. I will also let you know where I'm hosting an open house this weekend. Again, welcome to Building Connections Doral Talks. Let us begin because I have a lot to cover, but I don't want to take much of your time. Now, I'm going to start off by sharing my screen so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I want to share some of the news that brought us to what's happening in the mortgage rates industry today. So let me share this screen. Before I do that, let me get to the screen that I want to share. You should be looking at the actual mortgage rate. So here you go. Mortgage application surge after rate drops sparks refinance rush. So home buyers and homeowners pounds a 30-year mortgage rate plunge in months. So like I said, in 3 months. So this is what's going on. Mortgage rates declined last week, showing consumer sentiment regardless the economy and increasing uncertainty over the impact of new tariffs that has been imposed by the government. Now, how does that benefit and what happened? Homeowners looking to cut their mortgage rates rushed to refinance, with refinance application climbing 37% from the previous week and a staggering 83% from a year ago. And this was the fastest pace of refinancing activity since October of last year, of 2024. Now, let me tell you the biggest actual loans that took advantage of this. Refinance activity was at least fastest pace since October 2024, and conventional refinance application rose 34%, and government refinance application, which are usually FHA, VA, and USDA, rose 42% over the week. And let's see, 75% increase in VA loans. Like I said, those are the biggest winners on this refinance. So if you are on the verge, right? Let me stop the share because I want to really talk about this. If you're thinking about buying a home, I'm going to tell you, I'm hosting open houses here in Doral every weekend. I started to do this year mainly because of the new laws that buyers need to sign a buyer's agreement. And a lot of times buyer know agents, but that doesn't mean they understand and they know the agents on professional level. They might be friends, they might be family members, but remember, buying a house is one of the biggest financial transactions that most of us will do in our adult life. And most of us only do it once, 2, 3 times in a lifetime. Some people never get to do it. So why do I mention this and talk about first time or maybe second time home buyers? Because being prepared helps you take advantage of opportunities like this. And for example, this last weekend, I hosted an open house and a potential buyers came through, they're renters. And I was like, okay, awesome. So I asked a few questions because the more questions I ask, the better I'm able to guide you and potentially tell you if I'm able to help you or not, or if you have your agent. So I asked these potential buyers that really want to buy because they like the area and the house is for sale in the same area that they are already renting, how long do you have left on your mortgage? And they said, we have 4 months. What I'm going to tell you guys, 4 months and you just started to look and you don't have your pre-approval letter and you don't know the agent that you want to work with, that's cutting it really tight. And that's going to give you a lot of anxiety and stress the moment that you really do decide to pull the plunge and try to buy. Why? Because it takes sometimes months before you can find the right property. And after you do find this property, it's going to take anywhere, especially in Doral, anywhere 30 to 45 days to close, mostly because of the associations. A lot of associations, they wait until they do a board meeting for them to present all of the applications. They go through the application, through the applicants, and sometimes they do like to do interviews with the applicants. So this might take a longer time than a typical purchase where you don't have an association. And because of this, it could create stress if you have a lease that's coming up soon and you still don't know the day that you're going to close on this house because you're waiting for this association to approve you. So I'm telling you this, knowing what's happening in the market because it's fluctuating up and down, people that are ready and are aware of what's happening in the market can take action right away. So for example, if you are already pre-approved and you are in the midst of looking for a property, then you can lock in your rate. If your lender say, hey, the rate just dropped today, then you're able to lock it in. And a lot of times this lender can lock it in for sometimes a few weeks to a month. They will let you know more. I'm not a lender, but based on my experience, I've seen them able to do this, but you cannot do this if you haven't taken the first steps of pre-qualifying or getting pre-approved for a loan. Okay, so enough of that. So let me move on to what the rates are in today's market, right? Let me share. So I'm going to be able to share with you the rates, today's rates. So today's mortgage rates, today for a 30-year fixed loan on a conventional loan, it's at 6.72%. It's still lingering above 6.5%, but it's still less than it has been in a few months prior to today, to this week, and to the ending of February. Now, for an ARM, which is an adjustable rate, it is 6.35, but look at this, guys. Look at FHA. FHA is 6.14%. FHA offers one of the lowest interest rates for you to be able to get into a home. And it has a little bit of leniency on what kind of rates do you have on your, how can I say this? Your credit score. Now, even for 15-year fixed, VA and FHA will top them on the APR right at this moment at 6.15. So while the conventional loan is at 6.72 over 6.5, VA and FHA are lingering at low 6%. And that's a big deal because that makes a big difference. Now, guys, you know that I'm a veteran and I am an advocate of veterans using the VA entitlement. Well, there's a very misconception that a lot of people that qualified for this entitlement, my veterans, they believe that either expires or that they don't qualify or they can only use it one time. If this is you, that's not true. Take advantage of this. Even if you have a mortgage and you want to buy a new property, you believe that you're not able to. Well, let me let you know, you don't have to put any down payment. And if you want to get into a new property, either downsizing or upgrading, this is a perfect opportunity because you not only do you don't have to put a down payment, you have better interest rates right now. And a lot of sellers are giving concessions towards closing costs because we have more inventory. So anyway, guys, you have to be aware what's happening in the market. So I advise you that if you live in South Florida, especially if you live right here in Doral, to follow me, to stay connected, because I'm going to bring you what's happening in the market pulse right here in our area. Now, let's move on to what's happening locally right here in Doral this weekend. So let us do this right now. So events happening. So we have Arts and Wellness Workshop for the International Women's Day, and that is this Saturday, March the 8th from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And we also have, this is what's going to happen, 9 to 10 is Pilates section from 10 to 10:30 mediation section, and 10:30 to 11:30 arts and emotions workshop for empowered women, and from 11:30 to 12:30 is conscious creativity for empowered women. Now the registration fee is for $10 for all activities, and you can register at City of Doral at eventbrite.com. Now you also have Carnival Night. That's tonight from 6:30 through 8:30 p.m. Tonight, March 6th, celebrate Carnival with music, dance, and colorful masquerades, and that starts from 6:30, like I said, to 8:30, and that is at the Doral Cultural Arts Center, 8363 Northwest 53rd Street, right there in downtown Doral. And then we also have the Silver Club Trip, which is a Lion King at Broward Center for the Performing Arts. This is $47 for residents and $57 for non-residents, and you can get a bus that departs from Morgan Levy Park at 12:30 p.m. The bus ride, it's 50 minutes and does not include lunch. So that's also happening today, Thursday, March 6th from 12:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. And what else? We have International Women's Art Exhibition also happening today from 10 a.m. and then also March 10th at 9 p.m. There you go, guys. That's what's happening right here in Doral. Now, what I want to bring to you is also let you know, like I mentioned earlier, that I am holding open houses each weekend, and I'm going to start letting you know during our podcast where I'm going to be holding an open house. Like I said, you can come in and you don't have to sign any agreements unless you want to see other properties besides the property that you're seeing at that moment. But in the meantime, you're free to come to see the inventory, mainly because a lot of houses in Doral don't hold many open houses because we have a lot of gated communities, and a lot of times the association have a lot of limitations on what to do when doing the open houses. You cannot put signs on some of them, some you can, some you can't, and it is hard for people to find it. However, that's why I'm trying to say it doing these mediums through my podcast, through Eventbrite, through my Instagram, my Facebook, my Google, my business, everywhere, in order for you, the consumer, to know where these open houses are being hosted. And the next one is being hosted at 4552 Northwest 83rd Path, Doral, Florida, 33166. It is down right there in downtown Doral. And I'm going to be hosting this open house from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So come on out. Take us a visit, take a look around, tell us what you think, and give us your input. Again, guys, I'm your host, Betty Gonzalez, serving the military community of South Florida and serving Doral residents. So thank you for tuning in. I am sorry for tuning in a little late today, but I have some difficulties with the computer. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you next week. I hope to see you this weekend on the open house. And again, have a great day and have a great weekend. See you. Bye. Bye, guys. Real quick, calling all Doral professionals, entrepreneurs, and community influencers. Are you ready to showcase your business, share your knowledge and experience with our engaged audience? Building Connections Doral Talks invites you to become a guest speaker on our podcast. Share your unique perspectives and inspiring stories with our listeners. We believe in the power of your voice in shaping that conversations right here in Doral. Click the link below to submit your information and be part of our next episode. Join us in building connections, sharing knowledge, and growing together. Don't miss this opportunity to be a featured guest on Building Connections Doral Talks. Tune in, connect, share, and grow together with Building Connections Doral Talks, reshaping the way we engage with the diverse voices of Doral, one guest at a time. Doral Talks, your voice, our community. Click the link now on the show notes, the screen, or in the comments below, or just scan the QR code to submit your information as a guest. I hope to see you soon. See you in the next podcast. Bye.